Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Charlie, and today I want to share with you the story of my journey into the working world, a journey that taught me more about myself than any class, book, or lesson ever did. I still remember the morning when everything began. It wasn't a special day to anyone else, but to me, it felt like standing at the doorway of a completely new life. I woke up earlier than usual, fixed my shirt carefully, combed my hair twice, and stared at myself in the mirror. My reflection didn't look as confident as I hoped, but I whispered, "You can do this," hoping the words would give me strength. For years, I had imagined what it would be like to start my first real job. I thought I would be excited, full of energy, ready to take on the world. But on that day, my hands were shaking. My mind kept repeating questions. What if I'm not good enough? What if I make mistakes? What if I don't fit in? But even with those fears, I stepped outside. The streets looked the same, the morning breeze felt the same, but something inside me had changed. I wasn't just a student anymore. I was someone trying to enter the real world responsible, independent, and ready to face new challenges. During the bus ride to the office, my heart beat faster with every stop. I imagined what my workplace would look like: the people, the desks, the atmosphere. Would they welcome me? Would I understand my tasks? I didn't know, but I hoped for the best. When I arrived, the tall building stood in front of me like a silent guardian. It wasn't the biggest building in the city, but for me, it represented a gateway to adulthood, a symbolic first step into a chapter I had been preparing for my whole life. My first week felt like being dropped into a completely new universe. Everything was unfamiliar: the office layout, the sound of keyboards, the fast conversations about projects I didn't understand, and the way everyone moved like they already knew exactly what to do. I tried my best to look confident, even when I felt lost. I took notes during meetings, asked questions, and tried to learn from every little detail. Sometimes I felt like I was learning quickly. Other times I felt like I was drowning in information. The work wasn't the hardest part, it was learning how to trust myself. I remember one afternoon when I struggled with a simple task that everyone else finished easily. I felt embarrassed and frustrated, but I reminded myself, this is normal. Everyone starts somewhere. Slowly, things began to improve. A senior colleague patiently explained tasks to me step by step. Another taught me small shortcuts that saved me a lot of time. My supervisor encouraged me by saying, "You don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep learning." Those words stayed in my heart, reminding me that progress is more important than perfection. As weeks passed, I learned how to communicate better, how to stay organized, and how to manage pressure. Surprisingly, I discovered that even adults didn't know everything. They also made mistakes, felt tired, or became overwhelmed. Realizing this made me feel less alone. It made me understand that growing up doesn't mean knowing everything, it means being willing to learn. Months later, I looked back and realized how much I had changed. I was no longer the nervous person staring at the mirror on the first day. I had become more confident, more responsible, and more patient. Of course, there were tough days when I felt exhausted or doubted myself. But there were also proud moments: finishing a project successfully, being trusted with more responsibilities, or simply realizing that I was improving day by day. These experiences shaped me in ways I never expected. They taught me valuable lessons: how to solve problems, how to work with different people, and most importantly, how to believe in myself even when things feel difficult. Entering the working world is not just about earning money or reaching adulthood. It's a journey of discovering who you are, what you're capable of, and how far you can grow when you challenge yourself. If you ask me what the greatest lesson is, I would say this: the beginning is always scary, but it is also necessary. Without that first step, I would never have learned my strengths, gained experience, or built confidence. Today, when I walk to work, I carry a sense of purpose. I know I still have a lot to learn. I know I will make mistakes again, but I'm not afraid anymore because I trust the journey and I trust myself. This is only the beginning of my story, but it's a beginning I will always be grateful for.